Good evening, YouTubers. It's NASCAR Man 3345 coming back at you. How's everybody doing? Yep, so we're on the bench. Just going through some stuff. Wanted to go through and just show you a little bit of some of the customs that I'm going to be working on. As you can see, I have some pieces that I've taken apart here. One of the ones I just did, I just put a new exhaust. I just put pretty much a blower on the top of the car. It was nothing big deal. So let's put some wheels on it. What I just started taking apart was this one here. This is a Chevy Suburban. These are the wheels that are on it. It's alright. I mean, not bad colors and everything. So the color's okay. I'll show you how I bore out some of the interiors. I have my drill on. I have my bit underneath here. I just started going through some stuff now, and I wanted to show you a couple of ones I worked on. Made this one yesterday. This is the wheels don't turn on this one, but I just wanted to see how it would look. This used to be a monster truck made by Jada, so did that. That was pretty cool. One of the cars that we had that raced 2 weeks ago, I started working on it and the body fell apart. The chassis was all messed up, so I made a little trailer. Still working on the nose and everything, but just started to work on doing a little trailer there. Some of the other things, this is just a test fit on the Fandango. I have these rubber tires that I have. The color is going to change on the Fandango, and just going to be all nice and cleaned up and everything. Another car I'm working on for a friend of mine is this Red Sox Escalade that will be replaced. Bought a couple of pieces yesterday at the store at Walmart. This is the fire truck from DIECAST. I really like that. It was kind of, I don't know why, for some reason it was harder to find, but I found it. And then I found this is Surf and Turf. This is the green version. It's really good. It's really nice. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to get back into it. Now I had somebody stop by. So yeah, that's the Surf and Turf, and you might do some customs to that. I really like the color on it. And then I got some other ones I showed the other day. These is the Pontiac Firebird. I bought it because I'm going to do the wheels, so I'm going to take some of these out. I'm going to measure out the axles on the chassis, and then we'll see how it looks when we do that. So I'll pop this open now. You can see how it looks. Some of these you have to open up this way because that's the only way to open them. Yeah, these are not cheap, but when you get the chance to get them at on a clearance or a discount, you go for it, because Hobby Lobby is not the most expensive, not the cheapest place in the world to get DIECAST. I can tell you that right now. But you definitely want to be able to get some pieces, especially stuff like this, because how I see myself being a customizer and getting extra parts to fit and to work for other cars, you got to do it. You know, you suck it up, because if you're going to sell customs, you're going to make the money back on the customs that you're going to make for this. So, like I said, this cost me $10 with plus the discount, and I get a car out of it, which is absolutely gorgeous. I like the Firebirds, don't get me wrong, they're not the greatest, but they come off the case. And the plastic you just throw away, but the greatest part about this is the wheels. I mean, some of these wheels, look how nice thick that wheel is. That's a nice set. That's one big thick wheel there. You know, so definitely
that is a nice bike.
So you get that, and then you get big other knobbies. So you can make this a serious drag car. So some of these I think are gonna hold on to. I think we might go with the smaller wheels. No, these are big drag. These are big drags too. These look like Mickey Thompsons, you know. So that's what you look at. So you got to look at what you get for wheels, and you got to look at the axles. Now you got, if I really wanted to take the time, which I can, because the nice part about this car here is because there is no interior to this car, you can do pretty much anything, because all this does is this goes in like this, you know, sits like that, and there's your interior, there's your windows. This piece here holds the tires in, so there's literally nothing in here. So if you wanted to take a ginormous tire like this and tub out the rear end, here's your back end of your car. Here's the back end of your car here. Now if you look at it, you throw those big Mickey Thompsons on the back, that's gonna look sick, you know. And what you have to do is you have to match up to see. I have some extra axles here. This one's a little bit big, but so you find one of the smaller axles. You put one in. Nope, that one's even tight. At least that one's even loose too. Sometimes you have to go like this, put it flat down, and you get a little, and just tap it in just a little bit, just to get your signal and your angle right. So what you want to do is you want to check your axles, and you want to set them in. See, like I'll push that in even more, because you got a lot sitting on one side. But if I ever pop that in as deep as I could and set that up and put another tire on the other side, and then what you can do is just to quickly go like this, and then just to take a look. See, a lot of people, they do this too. They slide them in like that. That's what it would look like with those wheels on the back, you know. So that's kind of funky. I really like the way they look. They do have to be popped in and properly placed, but that's how those can go. So you can really see that that's a really sharp looking tire. And what's going to do is it's going to rake your back end, rake the back end of the car. That is going to elevate it so it sits more of an angle. So the fronts will be smaller, so it'll drop it. So the front nose will be hanging down low, and it'll definitely look like a drag truck. So that's something that just, you know, that's just testing with some stuff and looking at different things. But there are other stuff that I'm working on. This is the one I said. So like I said, this was a Maisto. This is something that they're really reasonable. You can get them for cheap. I get them a lot. I get a lot of these in when you buy a bunch of cars. You get them in there because they're not the greatest. They're cheaper cars, but some of the details are nice. They're higher end stuff. Maisto makes a better higher end car. Like I said, so these, if I wanted to, this is going to be a junker, so I'm not even going to bother putting really good tires on this. This might be just sitting in the junkyard, so it might have one tire. But see, that's how you have to know. See, these tires, They're not wide enough and to fit the axles. So you have to know, you have to measure everything out. This is also where, when I say every time that when you work with Hot Wheels and you work with toys, there's a lot of science in math, especially with doing customs. You gotta do that, and you gotta learn different aspects and different angles. So to take it to the next level and build something that you've never seen before, like my Eagle 5 I'm still working on. You know, to take that point and say, okay, this is what I want to do, you got to do it. So when you want to take a car and you don't have much to knowledge of what to do, a lot of times first thing people do is wheel swaps, and that's easy. That's just to take the wheels off the older ones and you just throw different wheels on it. This one here, this one was a Hot Wheel, that McDonald's piece that used to glow in the dark, or light up. This is the light up interior. This piece here sat right like this. What I'll do is I'll take this apart so you can see when you go into stuff like this and you start taking pieces apart, you gotta know how to take them out. Okay, that's your chassis. This is your body. What I did was I used a piece of polystyrene and I sealed up the hole that this light went through. Took it out, glued it in, flipped it over. I painted where you won't see so it wouldn't be white, and I found these two exhausts off of this. This is a transporter. I didn't like how they looked on there. I thought it was kind of cool, you know. This is something just different, you know. You don't have to have it to where it has to be the exact car. I might even add something to the front because it's missing the tail lights, the headlights. There's the tail lights there. Those come out. These are clear too. You just use your judgment. I don't know. I might take something like this and make a cannon out of it, or use some styrene, and you just use your imagination. And sorry girls about that. Sorry guys about that. I'll take that out of the video. But you gotta work with what you have, enjoy what you're doing, and just have fun. I mean, I always have these. These are screws. These are different parts of bodies and wheels and just stuff that you can work with. Extra wheels here I always have. Just never be afraid to take stuff apart and have fun with it. That's all I do. And your major piece that everybody should have is a Dremel. If you're gonna do Hot Wheels, you gotta have a Dremel. You want to do some customs, Dremel will help you. This car, when I took this car apart, this car was red. Took some time, took it all off. The original color is this color green. Now there's the interior. All these windows were all painted up. Now I just took the grinding wheel. I like it like this. I might clear coat it. I might do a little bit more damage to it, but it's going to be a junkyard car. But it's going to be a movable junkyard car. So, you know. So, sorry about that, guys. You know, this is what happens when the dogs are over and they go crazy over people just walking by. But so, when you do something like this, you want to try to keep it. If you're not going to keep it original, I could cut the doors out if I wanted to. I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. If anybody is interested in any of this stuff that I'm doing, learning more about what I'm doing, I'll gladly help you guys out as much as I can. This is something that we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing a lot of customs, a lot of how-tos. And this is why I wanted to do this video, so we can get this going. And you guys can check out how we do stuff here at NASCAR Man 3345s. Pretty much, we call this the scrapyard now. You can call this the shop table. But it's just all to have fun, guys. If anybody is interested, if you see anything on the table that you see that you might want to see customized, I have more stuff underneath we can do. Let's have some fun with it. Alright guys, this is NASCAR Man 3345 heading back out to you. Hope to see you again soon.